I've made a huge mistake.
There are not many franchises that can split the hardcore and casual gamer like the Souls franchise. It is the poster boy for hardcore gamers and the bane of the casual gamer. With it being a release game for the PlayStation 5, it really has the potential to enter a lot of gamers' lives who maybe had never experienced the Souls franchise. Though it's a wonderful little nostalgia trip and a beautiful one at that, it is let down by a handful of issues that come with it being an 11-year-old game. I believe the game really shows its age, even more so if you have enjoyed From's latest and greatest. This is Lost in the World, and welcome to my Demon's Souls review. Demon's Souls is the granddaddy of the Souls franchise, the one that kick-started the painful journey into belligerent, brutal game design. I will always start my reviews with full upfront honesty on my history or background with the game, just so you, the viewer, know where I am coming from and have context to my opinions. It is always important to provide context to a review because often it shapes our consumption of the media we love. My favourite game of the last console generation was Bloodborne. Bloodborne to me was just an incredible game world dripping in atmosphere with fantastic combat. The gameplay was fast and rewarded aggressive, risky play with engaging weapon combos and life leech mechanics. The bosses were truly memorable, the map design was superb. Bloodborne was also the first Souls game I truly fell in love with and played properly, and the game that made me follow up a few years later with the incredible Sekiro. A FromSoft game that just rewarded the player in so many different ways. Aggressive gameplay, stunning views. It was just a wonderful piece of gaming, and just even looking at the trailers of it for this review made me just want to go back and play it all again. It was brutally difficult, but so rewarding, and you always felt you were learning and getting better as you died more and more. Okay, so back to Demon's Souls. The original Demon's Souls was released in 2009, now that's 11 years ago. This is a remake of the original, though in my opinion it is more of a remaster. For better or worse, the game is a faithful part of the original. It's an 11-year-old game, as I just said, so mechanics and all, it's ported from 11 years ago, but it's been put in a shiny next-gen body with all the shiny bells and whistles that it comes with. The first thing that strikes you when you load into Demon's Souls is, wow, the next gen is here. A stunning overhaul of Boletaria is eye-catching on a regular basis. Flames flicker off the wall, water reflects, caves echo. The lighting and spell effects breathe incredible life into what is a very dull colour palette. It's a stunning recreation and showcase of, even this early, what the PlayStation 5 can offer. Just an FYI, just for your information, play in performance mode, not fidelity. The drop to 30 FPS isn't worth the slight graphical increase in my opinion. The soundtrack itself is absolutely fantastic, the boss music more often than not overshadowing the actual boss encounter. And more on that later. The sound effects are superb, and oh my god, the backstab sound effect is so juicy. Aesthetically, there is much to praise here. It is genuinely a stunning game. Okay, so the gameplay. This is where I might face a bit of criticism from the hardcore Souls player.
It's off. That means I turn it on and just walk away.
If anyone's got a flame resistant shield, just feel free to throw it my way. First and foremost, the AI in this game is awful. I don't know if it's because the game runs at 60 FPS and it's a lot easier to dodge and iframe through things, or the AI is just plain bad. But it just seemed very easy to get through this game at a breeze. It was no Bloodborne or Sekiro. Very easy to backstab enemies, very easy to dodge attacks, everything's very well telegraphed. And, you know, because the backstab effect's so nice, why are you not gonna backstab somebody? You know what I'm saying? The first run through was incredibly easy, with only the last boss putting up any resistance. Now I know what you're going to say, the real Demon's Souls starts at NG+, and I get it, I get you completely. I did an NG+ run through of Bloodborne and Sekiro and absolutely loved it. But for me, the gameplay and combat mechanics were a lot more engaging in those games than they are in Demon's Souls. and I know this is a part of the original, and I get that. Now, the viewpoint on the combat is subjective. Some people might prefer the sword and board style you have, and I know you could technically go around and parry, but the problem in Demon's Souls is that there's not really any reason to parry. It's much safer to block and just take your openings when they come, especially because the waypoint placements are so brutal.
Oh, you've changed. You're not the same man I liked when I came into the party.
We've all changed, Margaret. We all have.
Now, you might disagree, and honestly, you know, that's fine. That's what we have. These are reviews, just an opinion. But honestly, I didn't want to play through Demon's Souls again. Two big reasons. The first one, the bosses suffer from poor AI, and most of them you can just get behind, bait out an animation and wail on them.
Do you think this is easy?
The bosses are also mostly forgettable.
Who?
Anne. You know, she's the girl I'm kind of hanging out with.
I haven't met him.
Yes, you have.
Michael had met Anne.
Of course, Demon Lurker's fantastic. I actually really enjoyed the armor spider fight. King Allen was quite good. The rest are mostly forgettable.
That's her right over there.
Oh, Anne. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I know, Anne. Hey, you. She's got a little hard-boiled egg going there.
Oh, it's so cute. She sometimes takes a little pack of mayonnaise and she'll squirt it in her mouth, all over, and then she'll take an egg and kind of. She calls it a may-and-egg. Are you okay?
I don't feel so good.
The man-eaters, which I'd heard so much about, were very easy. I mean, I play these games for the epic boss fights and for that feeling you have as you go through the fog and a boss is there. The epic atmosphere, the fact that you could die and have to go through it all again. But honestly, I just felt it was lost, and that's just me being totally honest with you. This nicely brings me on to colour palette of the world. Now, I know, generally speaking, the Souls games aren't known for having a vibrant colour palette, obviously Sekiro aside, but the levels in this game were just, honestly, they were just depressing. And I don't know if it's because I've been in lockdown for a whole year and I just want to get outside, but it all just felt very grim and there's no real wish to go back and do it again. And I think genuinely, if the combat mechanics were more engaging, I'd be able to let off the game world, or if the game world was more beautiful, I might be able to let off the combat mechanics. But both of them coming together kind of ruined NG Plus for me, if I'm totally honest. Also, obviously, I know this is an older game, but with no interconnecting worlds, it just kind of all felt a bit disjointed. It is what it is, as I said, it's a game from 2009. As the thumbnail said, faithful to a fault. Now, I get it, this is OG Demon's Souls for the OG players. It's a 2009 game in a 2021 body, and you can really tell. When I started NG+, the thought of going through the swamps or the smithing ground brought me no joy whatsoever. So why would you play through again? Well, that would be something called World Tendency. Yes, World Tendency. Some people tell you this is amazing and it's a hardcore player's dream, and yeah, it is probably. But the truth is, and here's me being really honest, if you're a normal person playing video games, you do have time constraints on what you can do. Like, if a game has these really deep, involving systems, you know, it needs to engage the player. It shouldn't require you to open 5 pages of wiki and to sit there reading about what to do, or to throw yourself off a hill 50 times to get into Black World Tendency. For me, you know, it's not for me. It might be for somebody else, and that's fine. But for me, no thank you very much.
Put this over here with the rest of the fire.
Finally, combat is old school. I know I sound like a broken record here, but there is very little need to play risky in Demon's Souls, as the Arcstones are flat out punishing. So it makes sense to play safe. I loved parrying and dodging in Bloodborne and Sekiro. I sure as hell wasn't doing any of that here. And I guess that's the issue with the replayability again for me. The combat mechanics didn't make me want to play through again, or to even play a more aggressive, risky, fun style. Now, these negative things I brought make it sound like I probably hated Demon's Souls. I didn't. It was an enjoyable game. But I am reviewing this from the point of someone who has other games to play, who has real life commitments, and I felt like a lot of the really rewarding aspects are not going to be possible for a large majority of the players. Especially if they're new to it or are buying this with the PS5, and that's just me being totally honest. Like 99% of gamers, I have shit to do today. And I think that's where Demon's Souls struggles more than the other Souls game. It offers a myriad of mechanics and rewards that require a wiki to access, and which most players won't get to or have time to do. If you're a hardcore Souls player, this game is right up your alley. It's £70 though in the UK, and I think if you're anything other than a hardcore Souls player, I'd seriously consider whether or not to buy this game. I enjoyed it, it was good, but it wasn't Bloodborne or Sekiro, but then why would it be? It's a 2009 game in a 2021 body.
And I don't need the other soccer moms knowing how old my first batch of kids are.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna know that Anyan's not. Would somebody please tell this insufferable child?
If you're looking to see what makes From Software so amazing or what they do, you're going to find a better overall experience in one of their newer titles like Bloodborne or Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. There's no question in my mind that some elements of this game could have been improved upon without impacting the original experience. And the pursuit of a fully faithful port comes at the cost of modernisation. You will find no better looking game or better running game than Demon's Souls when the new consoles launch. But I think you will also find no worse designed game in terms of by From Software than Demon's Souls also. And that's fine, it was an old game, it was their first run at this. It's still a good game, but From have moved the bar so high now since the original Demon's Souls that this original really struggles to get anywhere near the bar that they've set themselves. Overall, I'm feeling a medium to strong 7 out of 10 for the Demon's Souls remake. Please do not burn me alive. Thank you, stay safe and take care.